What is up, everybody? This is your boy Fatal Shot coming at you another video today. And I know you're probably thinking, yep, it's been 3 weeks and you haven't made a video. I knew that you were going to do this. But actually, I have been making videos, or streaming at least. I just haven't been on YouTube. I told you guys this right around, somewhere in October. I told you guys I would not be streaming on on YouTube anymore until I get things worked out. But I like how this is going. I like the whole streaming on the Xbox platform. I don't like streaming necessarily on the YouTube platform anymore. Now, it's not to say that I'm going to stop streaming on YouTube. I'm probably going to stream back on YouTube again, just whenever I get things sorted out. But for the time being, Xbox is where I'm going to be streaming. So if you have an Xbox, or if you have Mixer, just because you don't have an Xbox doesn't mean you can't watch. There's this awesome platform called Mixer. This is where I'm going to be streaming. So, my bad there. It was a common misconception, and I shouldn't have said Xbox. But that's where Mixer is founded from, is the people over at Xbox. So, but I will be streaming on a platform called Mixer, M-I-X-E-R. So, if you want to be watching me, if you want to be watching all my videos, I stream almost every day. And if you want to be watching that, just go on Mixer.com. And my gamer tag, XXFatalShotX656, and I'll be on there. So, but anyway, getting to the meat of the video. I'm not talking about me streaming, I'm not talking about my videos. This is hard to talk about because I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. Call of Duty World War II is not fun for me as of right now. And I know you're like, oh man, you were so hyped up for this, what happened? And I was so hyped at launch, and 2 days after launch I was so hyped. I even made it to leaderboards and everything. It was awesome, and everything was great, okay? But here's the thing. The launch sucked, okay? We had a bad launch, server disconnects. We actually launched with double XP, and then when they done the double XP thing, we launched with triple XP, or we had triple XP, then they done something to fix that. It was weird. I'm not too fond of the way the game is going right now. There's a lot of bugs in the game. Long story short, the game launched with a lot of bugs, and I don't like that. And, by the way, a quick disclaimer before I start getting into all of this. There's not going to be any gameplay, as of, you already knew that 2 minutes and 47 seconds in, the video. But the reason why I didn't want to put gameplay out right now is just because I play World War II every day. I stream it every day on my channel. But I'm just like, I'm not ready to post any content yet, and I just can't bring myself to do that. And you're like, man, you're backing out of the, the commitment thing. It's not the commitment thing that drives me to do that. It's the sheer fact that I don't want to post content that has bugs in it, if you understand what I'm saying. I want them to fix the game before I post content. Now, of course, if I'm streaming it, there's nothing I can do about it. But I will start, making videos about it shortly whenever they fix their crap. But getting into the meat and potatoes of this video, I don't know. Like I said, my favorite Call of Duty is Black Ops 2. My second favorite Call of Duty would either have to be Modern Warfare 3 or the original Modern Warfare, because they're a lot of fun. They're the Call of Duties that have me coming back every single year. They have me coming back to play it because they have this thing that makes me come back to the game for some reason. Black Ops 2, I load the game up on my Xbox One every other day and play it. I don't stream it, but I load it up every other day, and I get that sensation of, I played this when I was 12 years old. I remember playing this when I was 12 years old with all my friends on Xbox 360. We had a great time. This was amazing. And then that same thing for the original Modern Warfare. I played it when I was like 8. It's a great game. What I'm trying to say is, Call of Duty World War II fails to deliver that fundamental that drives me with video games. Yes, it's a great game. It's got amazing graphics, fairly decent gunplay. It brings an amazing campaign, kind of overscripted, but anyway, amazing campaign. sort of, I don't know, wishy-washy, but sort of good zombies. I mean, I like the zombies. I didn't like it at first, but the more and more I complained, the more and more I actually fell in love with it. I just wish they would add more maps, but zombies is pretty good. And I'm going to title this video My Stance on Call of Duty World War II as of right now. I just wish that they would fix the problems. I mean, we're like, what, 14, 13, 12 days in? I don't even know what day we're in. I just know we're over 10 days. I know we're over 10 days into launch, and we're still having server problems. And everybody's like, oh, no, they actually fixed it. I'm still server disconnecting every day. Every day I'm server disconnecting. Every day I have problems. I go to do the daily challenges, and it'll say win one match of domination. I'll go to win one match of domination. I'll win like 8, but the reason why I don't get the freaking thing is because it'll kick me out of a game, not because of inactivity or because team kill or whatever. It's because the game just ends. The game shuts down. The game, like, it literally sends me to the home menu of Xbox. The game literally shuts down, and there's a problem with the game. I've never had a more buggy game in Call of Duty history, and I remember, I think the second buggiest Call of Duty that I can remember would be Advanced Warfare. I remember Advanced Warfare had a lot of bugs, but other than that, I was expecting a lot, Sledgehammer. I really was, and you failed to deliver that core element that drives me with video games, like Black Ops 3. They had a smooth launch, and I know it's not easy, okay? I'm not trying to sit here and say, I demand this. I know it's not easy to have a video game launch. I mean, look at Battlefield 4's launch. That was terrible. Look at GTA 5 Online's launch. That was terrible, okay? But it's no excuse, okay? You've been making Call of Duty for years. It's no excuse. Sledgehammer, it's no excuse. Okay? Look, it doesn't mean that I'm going to stop playing Call of Duty. COD's dead, guys. COD's dead. Call of Duty's dead. It's not dead. Okay? If it was dead, then why is it the #1 selling game every year? See? You cannot argue against that point. It's just a fact. Infinite Warfare was considered the worst Call of Duty, but it sold more copies than Battlefield 1. But yet, it was the worst Call of Duty ever. No, it's not the worst Call of Duty ever. Call of Duty is Call of Duty. The One Boom even says that. And he's a great YouTuber, and, I think you guys should check him out. I'll link him down in the description if you guys want to check him out. He's a great YouTuber I watch, and he deserves more subscribers. And shout out to you, The One Boom. He's a small YouTuber. He's got about 12,000 subscribers, I'm pretty sure. He's a great YouTuber. You guys should go over there and check him out. But yeah, shout out to you, man. He said that, and I quote, Call of Duty's Call of Duty. It's why it sells every year. Just because it's not deemed as the best game, or not just game, it's not just because it's the best Call of Duty, doesn't mean it's the worst Call of Duty ever, or it's dead. Not just because, Call of Duty's dead because it's not fun anymore. Okay, Call of Duty is Call of Duty. That's why it sells, okay? If Call of Duty didn't feel like Call of Duty, it wouldn't sell. That's why Infinite Warfare sales was down. But it was still the most selling game of 2017. Or 2016. But at the same time, it failed to deliver what COD fans were looking for. That Call of Duty fundamental that feels like Call of Duty. And I really hate to say this, at least on my perspective, everybody's got their own opinions. You can say that, oh, I don't think this is this way. I think that this is how, I believe, in my opinion, this is how it is. Well, in my personal opinion, and that's fine, you can have opinion, that's cool with me. Everybody's got, their right to have an opinion. But in my personal opinion, I put a day and a half into this game, and it's only been out, almost 2 weeks? I think that's a fair amount of gameplay time. I know these freaking COD no-lifers have, 4 days already, and 5, 6, 7 days. That's, okay, I think I have a fair amount of time in the game. I think I have a fair amount of time and a good enough amount of time into the game that I can judge the game. I think that the game fails to bring that Call of Duty feel. It doesn't feel like COD for some reason. I don't feel like I'm playing Call of Duty, guys. If you've played Call of Duty World War II, please tell me. Do you feel like you're playing Call of Duty? I don't. I really don't. I feel like I'm playing a mix of Battlefield and Medal of Honor because I don't feel like I'm playing Call of Duty, and it scares me to death. Because now I will have to admit, there's those some games where you get in and you're spraying people with SMGs, and it's like, oh, this feels like Black Ops 1. Or, this kind of reminds me of, World at War when you're spraying people with a PPSH. This reminds me of World at War. You do have those certain games, but I would say 60% of the time, to me, it feels like a mix of Battlefield and Medal of Honor. That's just my personal opinion. And then you've got the headquarters that feels like Destiny, and it's, man, I don't know. I was expecting more. I'm not saying the game sucks. Please don't take that from, I'm not saying that. I rate this game at 8.2 out of 10. At, 2 days after launch, I rated this game a 9.2 out of 10, and now I'm rating an 8.2. I'm only going down 1 point. I don't understand what's going on with Call of Duty World War II. It's in a very weird state, and then, COD Points is coming out the 21st of this month, and, people are concerned that there's going to be, supply drop weapons and all this microtransaction stuff, which, let's face it, that's going to happen anyway. We already knew that. This is Call of Duty, guys. But I'm not even worried about it. I don't care about that microtransaction crap. We already know that was going to be in the game from the beginning. We should have known that. If you didn't know that, I'm sorry, but you're stupid. You should have figured that out before, okay? And I'm not trying to be like a mean person, but that's literally the dumbest thing. If you didn't think that there was going to be supply drops and microtransactions in the game before it came out, that's literally that's dumb on your behalf. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be like a rude YouTuber, but that's literally dumb on your behalf. Because for Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, Modern Warfare Master, actually we've had it since Black Ops 2 because Ghost had it. Kind of, and then Black Ops 2 had it. So, for about 5 or 6 Call of Duties, we've had microtransactions. So, who's to say we won't have it? That's stupid. That's how they make half their money. If I was a businessman, and I made $1 million off of a game, but I made another $1 million off of content within the game, heck yeah, dude. I'm going to put that in the game every year. I'm not stupid. I'm a businessman. Okay, I got to make profits somehow. And they're not stupid either. They're freaking businessmen. That's what they do. At the end of the day, it's a business. Okay? And I'm getting way off topic now. I'm not even talking about what I feel about. I'm not even talking about my stance on Call of Duty World War II anymore. I'm talking about supply drops. That seems to be my favorite thing to talk about is supply drops for some reason. I don't know. Because the bad launch set me in such a irritable tone, and it did with Drifter and a bunch of other YouTubers, it's slowly decreasing my playtime. I'm getting on Fortnite now. I'm getting on Rainbow Six Siege now. I'm watching a ton of Netflix. I just got done binge watching Stranger Things. It's amazing, by the way. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but if you haven't watched Stranger Things on Netflix, I recommend it. 10 out of 10. Great show. Can't wait for Season 3 and Season 4. But, I don't understand. Please, Sledgehammer, do not mess this game up. Sledgehammer wasn't my favorite Call of Duty branch anyway. It's always been Treyarch. And you're like, oh, you Treyarch fan, freaking David Von Hard fan. No, it's because it's because they deliver that fundamental that I love. The whole aspect of, oh, it feels like Call of Duty. It's not, Sledgehammer, okay, here is my point that I'm trying to make. I play Call of Duty because it feels like Call of Duty. If it didn't feel like Call of Duty, I wouldn't play it. That's why Advanced Warfare, I don't know, the campaign was fun, but I didn't play it much. Everybody's like, oh, it's a, fresh breath, new air, this is amazing, this is jetpacks, this is awesome, this is new, this is innovation, guys. I hated it. I rated it, I rated Advanced Warfare like a 4 out of 10. You know why? Because it didn't feel like Call of Duty. because you were rabbit jumping across 3-story buildings, and it was stupid. It was dumb at the time, you know. And it failed to bring that fundamental, or I guess you could kind of say nostalgia, of Call of Duty. And that's where Treyarch comes into play. And, you know, Infinity Ward, you know, I was like, oh yeah, Infinity Ward, they made Modern Warfare series. At least they still, you know, make games that feel like Call of Duty, because the Modern Warfare series has always done that. And I've always loved the Modern Warfare series. I kind of tend to play the Black Ops series more. It's my favorite series. But I still love the Modern Warfare series. But, I don't know, Infinite Warfare wasn't a bad game, though. I mean, I talked, you know, I praised it on my channel. I told everybody, you know, I even defended Infinite Warfare, but it still did not feel like Call of Duty. It felt like Destiny. It felt like Warframe, and kind of, sorta. It felt like, I don't know, just its own Halo'd in a weird way. It looked like Halo. It just didn't feel like Call of Duty, and it's kind of why I didn't play it for the first 6 months of it being out. You know? And that's why I went to Modern Warfare Master, because of course that feels like Call of Duty. That's like one of the first Call of Duties that came out that everybody talked about. Oh, you know, this is Call of Duty. This is, you know, Call of Duty. And I don't know. When I went into World War II, I was like, oh, this is great. You know, this is boots on ground Call of Duty. This is World War II. Of course this is going to feel like Call of Duty. Of course this is going to, you know, this is going to bring me back to Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty 3, Call of Duty World at War. You know, of course. But no, it didn't. Now, the campaign did. The campaign felt like Call of Duty 2. Felt amazing. The zombies felt like some kind of Frankenstein game. It's its own thing. I actually kind of like it. But multiplayer, I gotta say, I don't know. It's like a reskinned version of Advanced Warfare without the exosuits. And I know you're like, that makes no sense at all. I mean, Advanced Warfare is, you can't, that's not apples to apples. I know I'm not making any sense to you right now, but in my own mind, it makes sense. Because when I'm playing, you know, Call of Duty World War II, it just doesn't feel like Call of Duty. And like I said, there are those some matches where you get in and you're like, oh yeah, MP40, this feels like World at War. MP40 dominated, you know, World at War. Or when you're playing, you know, Call of Duty, you know, World War II, and, you know, you're playing with the, I don't know, let's say the Thompson or the Springfield, and, you know, that feels awesome. That feels like, you know, this nostalgia. That feels like old Call of Duty. Sometimes. But when I'm using all this other crap like primed and incendiary shotguns and all this stuff, man. Like, yeah, I know. Innovation. I just don't get it. And see, here's my point. I've never liked Sledgehammer for Call of Duty branches, or for the Call of Duty branch, because they'd make games that don't feel like Call of Duty. Like, listen, guys, what's the last game Sledgehammer came out with? Oh, it was Advanced Warfare. Did it feel like Call of Duty? Not in my opinion. Heck no. It was a freaking game set in 2040 something. No, it didn't feel like Call of Duty. I mean, the last game that felt like actual Call of Duty to me was, I mean, God forbid it was Ghost, and everybody hated Ghost, but it still felt like Call of Duty in my opinion, but everybody hated Ghost. I mean, honestly, I kind of did too. It wasn't the best COD for multiplayer, but it still felt like it, you know? And I'm not talking about, do I like the game, do I don't? I'm talking about sheer, does it feel like COD? Even, I'm not talking about, do I like it, do I don't? You know, who cares about if you like it or not? I mean, of course, we do care, but at the same time, I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is, does it feel like Call of Duty or not? Because that's a big problem. If it doesn't feel like Call of Duty, then it's not going to sell well. And I know you're probably thinking, well, that's retarded. Call of Duty World War II must feel like COD because it's selling, it's selling $500 million in like the first 3 days. That's more than Thor Ragnarok, the movie, and Wonder Woman combined. That's stupid. I don't know. I think the fans are just caught up in the hype of the Call of Duty, back to boots on ground, back to World War II, all this hype around Call of Duty, World War II. I think it's just that. And once the game progresses on, it's going to be like Battlefield 1. It's going to get old. And it's already gotten old for me because there's only 9 maps. It feels so dull and boring because it's World War II. Black Ops 2 felt so fun. It wasn't too futuristic that it was like, dude, this is not Call of Duty. It didn't feel like freaking I was playing with a stone pickaxe because it was in 20 BC. It felt good because it had the right amount of, past and futuristic. It had the perfect setting. I love near futuristic Call of Duties. Or should I say modern, kind of near futuristic. Somewhere around there. Like in the modern / near futuristic setting. Somewhere around in 2017 as of right now to 2040 something right now. That is the good setting for Call of Duty. Now, I know you're like, well, you just talked trash to Advanced Warfare about it being set in 2040. That was 2 years ago. Or, well, 3 years ago. Time changes, and when it changes, your perspective changes on settings and times. And 3 years ago, I didn't like the setting of 2040. Now, technology's changed, and I like the setting of 2040. Same thing with Black Ops 2. But, Black Ops 2 delivered the cool gadgets. Black Ops 2 delivered awesome stuff, and I loved it. And it didn't deliver sticks and stones because it wasn't too, set in the past, but it didn't deliver too futuristic either. It wasn't like, exosuits, but it did deliver drones and all this cool, big robots and stuff. It had robots. God forbid, everybody really didn't know that. It delivered robots, actually, it really did. Actually, many people don't know this, but Black Ops 2 is the first Call of Duty to actually be set in the future. I would actually call it near futuristic. It's not actually futuristic, it's near futuristic, which is my favorite time period that I'm trying to explain. And Call of Duty World War II fails to deliver that fun experience because it's going to get boring, and it already has. I've already kind of decided to go back to Rainbow Six Siege because I've already probably decided to go back to Rainbow Six Siege streamer until COD 2018 trailer comes out, because rumor has it Black Ops 4 is coming out. Please, Spawn Heart, please make Black Ops 4 or a game set in modern / near futuristic setting, please, because it's going to be fun. It's not going to be sticks and stones, and it's not going to be too futuristic that it's going to be freaking Buzz Lightyear and daggum aliens fighting in freaking Saturn. It's not going to be like that, but it's not going to be like freaking Cleopatra and, daggum, like all that fighting in Egypt in 20 BC. It's not going to be that either. It's not, but it's going to be fun. And I hope you guys agree with what I'm saying. And, sorry I haven't been looking at the camera all the time. I'm looking at my software, and I'm not looking at the camera a lot. I know it's probably weird to watch me not look at you guys, but it, just how it goes sometimes when, YouTubers record their videos. But I really want to get my point across really quick because I've got to go in a few. But Call of Duty World War II, it's a fun game. I rated it 8.2 out of 10. I'm going to do a review on it shortly. This is not the review, but I am going to rate it 8.2 out of 10. And that might change at my review time. Maybe a 7.2 out of 10. But it's starting to slack, and it's starting to show its flaws. Like with fundamentals of fun, with innovation, with the, sheer amount of things to do. I know, you can grind, they have the daily orders, why don't you just do that? That's things to do. Okay, when you're doing daily orders every day, that's freaking boring. Okay, who wants to do that every single day? Okay, that is so boring. And why do it anyway if it don't even work? Because the game's so bugged out, it doesn't work. My point, exactly. See? You can't argue against that. And like I said, there's no excuse for that. So Sledgehammer, you gotta do better, man. Please. So I'm really disappointed on Call of Duty and Sledgehammer and Activision's behalf. You got to do better. You really do. As of my stance on Call of Duty World War II, disappointed, yes. Does this mean I'm not playing Call of Duty anymore? Heck no. I'm going to be playing a lot. I'm going to be hitting Prestige Master because why? Why? You just sit here and talk trash about the game for 25 minutes and you're still going to play it? Yes. Yes. Because I love Call of Duty regardless. I am a Call of Duty fanboy. I love COD. And I will raise that flag and admit it. I love Call of Duty regardless. Okay? But, I'm not afraid to admit an opinion. And I'm not afraid to admit when something is wrong, in my opinion, within the Call of Duty community and the Call of Duty gaming industry. And I think that they're starting to slack on their I guess, their work, their team, their dev team. They're not getting to it fast enough. I mean, look, we're already like 13 days into launch, something like that, and we haven't got the fixes yet. There's a lot of balancing issues right now. So, I've been recording for almost 30 minutes now. I've rambled a lot. Sorry for the rambling video, guys. I've been streaming on Mixer a lot. Why don't you guys head over there every other day and check me out? I've been streaming a lot over there. I've taken a break off YouTube, but I have been making videos, just not here. It's been on Mixer, so I haven't left you guys. I've actually been wondering where you guys have been because there's a lot of my subscribers that I haven't seen lately pop up in the Mixer chat. But I've been live a lot lately. It's just been on Mixer. So I really hope that you guys feel the same way about Call of Duty. Well, honestly, it's not that I hope you guys feel the same way. I really hope you guys understand is what I'm trying to say. Let me know what you guys think. Please comment down below your opinions and your thoughts. I love Call of Duty World War II. I really do. It's a great game, but it's failing to have that fundamental application that I love, like Black Ops 2. So, thank you guys for watching. Please share your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. If you're new to the channel, please don't forget to click that subscribe button if you want to be notified every time I upload a video. Please click the bell icon right next to the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified, or if you want to follow my Mixer account, just go over to my channel. There should be in the bottom right-hand corner a little tab of all my social networks. It should be the little blue X kind of thing. Should be kind of like X, and just click that, and it should link you straight to my Mixer account. And click the heart, and it should follow you, and check every other day, and I should be streaming. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Have a nice day.